WA4 LLR N4LQ W4MC.
I'm here.
I never got a schedule. Who's supposed to be running the net?
Oh, I volunteered today. Are you coming to Spartanburg?
Yes, I am.
Okay, well, it only takes me about 45 minutes to get there, so you go ahead and leave.
Oh, you want me to try to figure out, do you want me to call it?
No, I'm volunteering to do it. I just figured that it probably takes you longer to get there, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, I got to go and get Carl. So, yeah, I'll stand by. W4MC.
All right, I'll go ahead and take care of this. And then I was thinking, well, we'll talk about it later on, okay? CQ, the Old Friends Net. Old Friends Net is an AM roundtable type net operating in the AM mode only. We meet here every Thursday at 9 a.m. and every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and on Sunday at 4 p.m. We'll take a list of check-ins and put them in order and let you know where you fall in that order, so that you can turn it over to the next person. So please write down the people that check in. It'll help you keep track of things, take a few notes, and we'll go ahead and start the net now. So if you want to check in, give me a call, N4LQ.
W2CQH.
WB4 ARK.
K4GDN. W4KR.
PRO.
That last one was a pure double. Let's see. DRM. Who was that again? It's like DRM or something?
W4VRO.
All right, I got VRO. Who's the other one?
W4MEC.
Got it. Okay. More check-ins? Really racking them in this morning. Hello, Reed, W2CQH. You're at the top of the heap this morning. Good to hear you. WB4ARK, Buddy. K4GDN, George. W4KR, Stan. W4VRO, Ray. And W4MEC, Charlie. Who else do we have? Come now.
You missed W2CQH.
That's the first one I listed. Yeah, I guess that's all. It's N4LQ. Check one more time for any check-ins. Okay, Reed, it's your turn. You'll turn it over to Buddy when you're done. ARK. W2CQH, N4LQ. Go ahead.
N4LQ, W2CQH. You're pounding in. Good morning, Annette. Haven't checked in a long time. Don't ask me why. But right before this header is the 3725. And maybe that's a lame excuse that I'm gonna get. So over to you, buddy. Haven't seen you in a while. I think at the last event there in Charlotte at the hotel where they had the swap. So, WB4ARK, W2CQH.
W2CQH, WB4ARK. Okay, Reed, good to hear you this morning. It's been quite some time. Our temperature here is 29 degrees this morning, and a nice clear day. I am sorry I will not be able to make the luncheon today for the Lee Memorial. I'm still testing positive for COVID. My wife came down with it about 5 days after I tested positive. So I don't think it's worth the risk. Certainly not with a large group. So we'll have to make it up another time somehow. So over to George, K4GDN, WB4ARK.
WB4ARK in the groups, K4GDN. And it's sunny and clear and in the upper 30s here in Myrtle Beach. And I won't make it today, but certainly got Lee on my mind. And we're running the BMW 5100B this morning, cutting out about 100 watts, and receiving on the HRO 5A1, and going to the center fed dipole through a small matchbox. So that's what the situation is here this morning. Copy everybody pretty good. Reed was a bit weak, a little bit of QSB. But other than that, I'm copying everybody all right. So Stan coming to you, W4KR, K4GDN.
Okay, John. George. There I go again, George. K4GDN, W4KR. Very good. Whoa. That's better. That ought to be a little better. Steve, Buddy said something that shook me a little bit. Did something happen? Steve, did something happen to Lee?
Did something happen to Lee? Oh, yeah. He passed away last Saturday night, I guess.
My goodness, no, I wasn't aware of that. Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Gee whiz. Anyway, boy, I guess life goes on, but that's sure a shocker. Well, anyway, good morning, everybody. Temperature is 42 here, and I'm kind of speechless with that one. Ray, to you. I'll stick for one more, and then I'll have to go. W4VRO, W4KR.
W4KR and the net. This is W4VRO. So good morning, Steve, and good morning to the net. I'm sort of lost for words myself. I heard about Lee's passing, and it was a shock. Perhaps it shouldn't have been. I know he was having some problems, but he was only about 4 months older than I am. So I think sometimes we assume we have a lot of years left. And that is an assumption. So I wish I could be at the luncheon today. I cannot, but wish I could be there. George, copied about 80% of you this morning. Signals are good. Over to you, Charlie. W4MEC. This is W4VRO.
Okay, Ray, W4VRO in the group W4MEC. Yeah. Morning, fellas. It's about 30 degrees here and clear skies. And I just remembered why Dave's not here. He's driving. Stan, we on the club roster's got your email as S King, S.A. King at I guess it's University of Michigan.edu. So that's the email that was included in the mail out. So apparently that's the wrong email address. So you might let me know what the change is there. I know I've swapped emails with you, but I never thought to look at what your email address was. Anyway, things are quiet here this morning. I haven't got out to feed the birds yet, and usually when it's really cold, they don't start doing too much until it warms up a little bit, so don't feel bad about that. Let's see. All right, I'm going to send it back to Steve, N4LQ in the group W4MEC.
Okay, do we have anybody else that would like to check into the net? Please call now. Okay. Yeah, Stan, I think that's the problem. I just checked, and your emails are bouncing. So I looked on QRZ, and your email address is now wctel.net. So I changed it, sent out a invitation. You have to do that. I can't just sign somebody up for the email list. So I have to send out the invitation, and you should already have that in your inbox, I believe. So if you'll just respond to that, we'll get you back in the circuit here. You've missed a lot. Yeah, it's been going back and forth quite a while here on the, I guess all week. Anyway, sorry you missed that. And okay, let's see. What did I think I mentioned I was on the AF-67, but I will again. And D104 Mike driving a AL-82 to a horizontal loop up 100 feet. And we got, let's see, coming over this morning to ride down to Spartanburg is Gary and Brian and maybe KZ4B. And we'll be down there at probably 11:15, something like that. Get some chicken livers and some more goodies like that. It's quite a day yesterday. I went out in the woods next door here with the tractor and started pushing those logs I had sawed up down into the gulch, and a stick got caught in the belt and threw the belt off the pulley, and it jammed up, and of course I couldn't go anywhere after that. That's the hydraulic pumps for the drive mechanism. So I had to go get the tools and bring them down in the woods, and it always happens when I'm too far away. Far away as I could get, as a matter of fact. And I saw that tree up. I told you all about it. I was wondering about extension cords, but I ran 300 feet of extension cord down there, and that saw cut through that tree like butter. That's about a 20-inch thick tree. So the 100-foot pine tree is gone. Anyhow, George, you're sounding good this morning. Buddy, Reed, coming in just great. It's a good morning. So over to you, Reed, for another round. W2CQH, N4LQ.
Okay, N4LQ, and the net, W2CQH. We're very sorry to hear about the passing of Lee. And my load was Steve. So what was Lee's call? That break?
I'm sorry, what was he what?
What was Lee's Sam radio call. Over.
Oh, that was K4VWD.
K4VWD. I haven't checked in and that for so long, and I forgot it's for. Anyway, buddy, sorry to hear about the COVID. Since Sandra and I have been inoculated several times, and so far so good. We're keeping our fingers crossed. WB4ARK, W2CQH.
W2CQH, WB4ARK. Okay, Reed. Well, Lynn and I got our booster COVID shot on December the 30th. So we were kind of thrown back when I tested positive for it. So anyway, haven't had any serious side effects, but tested the other day. It's been 15 days since I tested positive. So got a cough that I think goes with it, kind of a dry cough, and so that's what's been going on here. We just haven't been doing anything, staying in the house. So with that, we'll turn it over to George. K4GDN, WB4ARK.
WB4ARK in the group, K4GDN. Sorry to hear that's lingering on there with you, buddy. I've been pretty lucky. I had it back early on, was even hospitalized with that and pneumonia, but I was only in the hospital a week and got out, did pretty well. And concernedly, Charlie, I got a hold of Earl Blair. I don't know if you're aware that Earl worked with Lee for a number of years. As a matter of fact, before ZEQ, Earl actually hired Lee at Christopher Parsons to do a contract job. Lee ended up being president of the company eventually. So I got a hold of him and let him know, since he's not on the email list and doesn't have an email apparently. So Earl is aware of it, the Earl of Pauline. And like I say, it's in the, I guess the shack's about 40 degrees here this morning. It's clear in Myrtle Beach. And we're supposed to get a little bit of warming, but not a whole lot above about, I think, in the mid-50s today. But it's calm and the sun is out, so things aren't bad. And I'm copying everybody fairly well. Reed was a bit weak. QSB was getting about half of it. But other than that, I'm copying everybody fairly well. So with that, I'll pass it on to Stan. W4KR in the group, K4GDN.
K4GDN, W4KR. Okay, thank you. Thank you, George. Let's see. Charlie, email-wise, the S.A. King at UMesh EDU email I've had for 25 years anyway, or longer. A little bit longer than that, actually, probably closer to 30 years. And that thing gets about 175 to 200 emails a day. 3/4 of them are selling stuff. Every once in a while I get my back up and go in there and try to weed some of them out, and I have success, but more take their place. I decided a while ago, let's move the ham radio stuff out of there. And W4KR at WCTEL.net is the way to do it. W4KR at WCC like Charlie, tel.net would be the place to do it. And Steve, I thought I fixed groups. IO, thought I fixed that one. I don't do Facebook, so I don't never go there. As far as COVID is concerned, I had the disease that lasted about 3 weeks very early on, long before there was any, quote, vaccine, unquote. I'll explain what I mean by that in a minute. It was about 3 weeks. I was in bed for about 3 weeks and finally got over it. And the supposed prevention for it came along the following, February, March, somewhere in there. We took, both Joan and I took those first 2 shots. Have not taken any boosters, will not take any boosters. It's, we're discovering, Joan gets a lot of material from her former employer up at the university in Ann Arbor, and there's a lot of the MD and public health people up there becoming increasingly concerned over side effects of these boosters. They are proving not to be problem free. So we're not going that route. Anyway, I'm here for this morning. George copied you well, both transmissions. It's some slow QSB, but it's not. It wasn't given to you. So let me turn it on here, and we shall see everybody. I don't know exactly when. We're not going to be able to come out today, but come over today. And we're supposed to go somewhere tomorrow, and then I have to cancel that because John's having some medical tests done tomorrow. W4VRO and a gang, W4KR. Go ahead, Ray.
W4KR and the net, W4VRO. Very good stand. 73. Hope you have a good day. Buddy, take care of yourself. And I think you're very wise to stay close to home until you're completely over it. Really good to hear you this morning. I heard you a little earlier for just a few minutes when I first turned the receiver on. It was on 3725, so I heard you there and hearing you here, so you're sounding good both places. I have to go as well. Hope all of you have a good day, and I'm sure the meeting in Spartanburg will be good. Be thinking about all of you at that time. Steve, thanks for calling the net. 73 to all. W4MEC in the group. W4VRO clear.
Okay, Charlie, are you still around?
Yeah, I went to get something, couldn't make it back in time. W4VRO in group W4MEC. All right, real good. Stan, you and I have swapped emails, and I think I have the one you use the most because it was just between us. But the old friends email thing, you gotta reset it, like Steve's saying, get invited and all that kind of stuff there. So that was what the issue was. And well, to update, I mean, since you got none of the emails, he passed away in his sleep, quietly in his sleep. So he never wanted to be a burden to anybody, so he went the way he could. He did have a lot of health issues. He was diabetic, but it was very much under control, and that wasn't the reason. But you remember he had some issues with his brain with water or fluid, and had the surgery a couple years ago, and all that. And I think he was dealing with that stuff again. So I think probably that's what took him out. So other than that, he was, doing pretty good, getting around and everything. He was still driving and all that stuff, and had a golf cart, and I was motoring around the property there, and so it could have been just the Lord called him home. So plain and simple. Anyway, so much for that, and a bit of information, and hope to see most of you fellows at lunch today. I'm going to run and pick up Carl on the way down, and I got a new 2-meter used, a 2-meter rig, in Yaesu FT something or other, 2800, and it's working pretty good, but it does something weird. If anybody has one of those things, after a while, if someone's talking, the display frequency changes and starts putting random digits in it. And I think it has something to do with ability to ID somebody, or I didn't come with a manual, so I had to download one. But if anybody has a 2800M and knows why it would start putting random digits in there, I think it's trying to... and sticking stuff in there. And I was watching it the other day when Carl was talking, and when he hit the mic kind of hard, it put in like a whole bunch of numbers. So it's reading some audio and displaying it. So I was hoping to find a simple 2-meter rig that just did 2-meter FM, and this thing's got bells and whistles in it that I don't need. So, but it's tiny and it fits in the Suburban, so that's a plus. Let's see. Back to you, Steve. N4LQ in the group, W4MEC.
Okay, Charlie. W4MEC in the group, N4LQ. Hope you can find somebody that'll take care of that thing for you. Random digits is something I don't have to worry about on this Elmac. That's for sure. Would anybody else like to check in late? This is N4LQ. Give me a call. Okay, nothing heard. We'll make this the 73 round. I think there's, at least me and Charlie are getting ready to hit the road here. Stan, I did send you another invitation. Look in your mailbox for groups.io email, and just sign up and you should be good to go. Get you up to date. And I'm not sure, but I don't think you can even change your own email address. I think that has to be done by the administrator. So let me know if there's any problems or concerns about that. And I got a little project here. Somebody sent me a VCR, VHS tape they want to make a YouTube video out of, and so I am planning on doing that today. I've got an old VCR here, so I'm going to play the tape, and I got an adapter coming in today from Amazon that converts the raw video coming out of that VCR into USB. It's a little bitty box, and it's smart enough to load its own drivers and software. It's got jacks on it where you can feed in just regular RCA video, S-video, all kinds of stuff, USB output. Thing cost $11.99, and next day delivery. Just amazing. So I plan on doing a few tapes. I can save them on the hard drive or on a thumb drive, or just upload them straight to YouTube, whatever you want to do. So if anybody's interested in one of those things, let me know. It looks like a lot of fun. Get rid of some of these tapes. So Reed, we'll turn it over to you for your 73s and just go around one more time. And thanks for checking in. It's good to hear you again. W2CQH, N4LQ.
N4LQ, W2CQH. My VCR machine broke a month ago. ago, and they haven't made any new VCR players in more than 10 years. I do have a couple that I picked up at a handfest. I haven't tried them yet. Maybe they'll work. But that's the trouble with these formats. Machines break, eventually break, and then they can't buy new machines. And then they change radio formats every 20 years or so. Now it's on disc. I don't know how long will the disc technology last. Anyway, always something to fiddle around with. I don't have to worry about stray bits with this ARK-13. Somehow I managed to get along without any newer program, as well as the old DC-348 receiver. So I got my Passwell My-73 could detect into the net. But that would be for ARK, that'd be 2 great signs. So good morning to that.
Again, and hope we'll see you at the Antique Wireless meet in Charlotte. Well, I've been working on a signal generator for the biggest part of this morning, looking at the modulation section. So we haven't, that's about what we're doing, is staying in and doing a few things around the house. So that's where we are here. And hopefully we will be testing negative here shortly for this COVID business. Well, I think I'll say 73 at this point. Everybody have a great luncheon, and we'll see you on hopefully Sunday. So over to George, K4GDN, WB4 ARK clear.
WB4 ARK in the group, K4GDN. And I'm going to say 73 on this one. Hope everybody has a safe trip down to Spartanburg and back home. I really wish I could be there today. But at any rate, things are as they are. I hope to be in here on Sunday. So, Charlie, I guess you're the only one left. W4NBC in the group, K4GDN. 73, fellas.
Who you turn it over to?
To you.
Oh, that's what I thought. Anyway, K4GDN in the group, W4MEC. All right, fellas, good to hear you this morning, and I'll be heading out here towards Spartanburg in a bit. So, and I hope we get to continue on the tradition here of the Thursday net. And I guess you're still working on the schedule there, Steve, because if you sent it out, I didn't get it. But anyway. And I just looked up the random number problem, and it is a problem. So we'll have to see what the solution is to that. It works okay, just puts up random numbers. So anywho, thanks for everybody that checked in this morning, and we'll see you on Sunday afternoon, 7 through 3, in 4LQ in the group W4MEC.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you very much for checking in. It's been a good net. And I hope those that are not feeling good get to feeling better as soon as possible. And we will say 73s and close the net at this time. This is N4LQ. Bye-bye.